It's hard to understand the way that you went out. I bet you're living with a little hint of doubt. Maybe next time when you gotta show your hand, you won't cut and run, you'll finally make a stand. 'Cause I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. Existential questions always get you down. All you want to know is are we lost or found? Is there something that you feel you need to chase? I bet you thought you'd put me in my place. 'Cause I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. We're not through. Yeah, I know it's true, I'm finally getting to you. You can run, you can hide, but inside, I'm finally getting to you. Yes, it's true. I still love you, but I am getting to you.
Stand by to initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5,
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
Hello,
Wow.
Steve.
Welcome back to the Resupply with me, Guy Next Door.
Me, slightly grayed out DK.
And me, Fan.
Bringing you your very fresh and lively double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. I hope you like the little bit. It's definitely not how I'm feeling.
We decided to do kind of a weird like body switch this week where Than's going to be the high energy one, Steve's going to be the one who's too tired to deal with anything, and I'm going to be the one who has depressing work stories. So, we're just kind of mixing it up for something.
That's right.
Something a little different for y'all today.
You know, when you've been together as long as we have, sometimes you need something to spice up the partnership.
The thruple, yeah.
The thruple.
The re-thuple supply. I'll get it. Hold on.
You got it. Yeah, you get it. You'll find it. Nap next door. Not gonna lie, read that as fat next door. It's I caught it in the corner of my eye. I was like, we're off to a great start. Hi chat, nice to see you guys. I don't know why I feel a little bit under the weather today. Something in the water,
You don't,
perhaps.
Something in the water,
too?
like alcohol.
Yeah.
Was that what was in the water?
Yeah.
Or was it not enough water with the alcohol?
That's probably more accurate. I was invited to a party last night by one of our newer Force players. One of the
first
couples.
mistake.
yeah. But as it turns out, they lived like within walking distance of my house, and they were like, "Hey, we're having a party if you want to come." I was like, "Oh, that sounds cool." They're like, "Yeah, we got a couple bands that are playing," and I was like, "What? That's rad!" All right. So I went to this house party last night, and I drank a box, basically an entire box of pals, and then made new pals, and it was pretty great. But I was very, very drunk when I got home. Spewed.
Since you didn't have to drive, you didn't have to be careful.
Exactly. I was like, perfect. This is the best. I don't have to worry about how I'm getting home. I'll stumble home at some point. I felt very sorry for myself this morning. Didn't spew.
That tracks.
Didn't spew, thankfully. But I've had a couple of coffees, had a Powerade, and ate a box of what do you guys call? We have like hot dogs here, but the hot dogs on a stick. What do you guys call them?
Like a corn dog?
Yeah, like a corn dog, but like.
So it's like a battered hot dog. Is
Yeah.
Basically what you're talking about. Yeah.
Did you ever have those here, Than?
No.
Okay. They like the corn dog. Your guys' corn dogs are usually sweet. You usually dump a bunch of sugar in the batter, which is.
Hang on. That's because it's America and we put fucking sugar in everything.
Yeah, but then you're like, let's also add jalapenos because why not?
Now that is actually good in a lot of cases. So
Yeah.
we can definitely agree that all the sugar we add to everything, fucking garbage. Jalapenos every so often.
Oh, no, I'm not
garbage.
bagging on jalapenos, but what I'm
Okay.
saying is that if you're gonna add both, just add neither.
So okay, so you had your non-sugared corn dog.
Yeah, well, so that I found I was on my phone this morning scrolling Uber Eats as you do. Thanadog's pick incoming. Oh, yeah. Don't talk bad about.
I told you we should have done the feet picks title. We would have gotten way more viewers.
We're gonna get 5 of them and call them Thanatos. But I had a
Fuck off.
God, why do we come up with all our best material after we've gone live?
That's because we're trying to be entertaining for the audience. So.
Get a plate of saucy Thanatos. Chili equals good. Poor quality sausage on a stick equals suboptimal. Well, I don't know why I'm talking about this. I'm already lost. But
It's fine.
Doesn't matter. It's too late. Keep going.
we have a service here called Milk Run, and essentially it's like very quick grocery delivery.
Okay.
And they don't add markup to the products like Uber Eats do. I was like, this is the best. And so I was looking through what we could order, and I found a box of vegan hot dog on a sticks. And
that sounds fucking terrible.
bro, they were awesome. They surprisingly
That's not where I thought that was
awesome.
going.
I mean, it might be my body rejecting life, so it was like, yeah, put all of those hot dogs in me. But
To be fair, Than, how much actual meat do you think is in the corn dogs that we could get at your average store? Maybe it's not that different.
Okay, valid, but I'm sorry.
Contains up to 3% beef.
It needs more hooves. This one does. But yeah, so I ate basically a box of those, and now and some hash browns. Had a couple of coffees, and now we're able to function. I didn't want to have to cancel today's show, so this is the next
if
best
you eat
thing.
the whole box, it may start to cancel out some of the benefits of the vegan diet. You might want to pace yourself a little on that, bud.
It was weird. I also ate the stick. No. So
Just
yeah,
trying to get fiber. It's
yeah,
fine.
that's right. Toothpick Steve gone too far. But yeah, it's been a rough morning. How are you guys doing?
I mean, I'm fucking great. Which
Perfect.
I realize is not a statement that happens all that often on this channel, but I'm fucking great. So, TK, I don't know if you want to rant about your work week before I go into like how great my last couple days have been, but
Sure, I'll make it quick. And I mean, I won't get into stuff specific from work really, because it's just like
This is guy Jeff.
it's
He
everything.
sucks.
Like just the reality we live in right now is not great. And I was kind of coming to realizations over the last couple of days, because hooray, therapy tools and things like that. I was just like, oh man, like social media is really bumming me out.
Oh,
Too
yeah.
much news consumption is really bumming me out. Like it's starting to affect things. And like I realized number one that I'd posted like 20 Reddit comments in one day, and I'm just like, that's not a good number of Reddit comments to be making. I need to be doing other things in my life. And like they were just getting like progressively more angry about things. And so I'm just like, this is not a good space to be in. So like I deleted Reddit from my phone. I deactivated my Facebook account. I took like Reddit off of just like my quick bar. Like I'm not saying I'm gonna completely detox from it, but I'm just like I needed to like not be a temptation in front of me right now. And it just like I'm trying to get my head screwed on right. And I think
it's rough
mixed.
right now.
It's rough right now, and I think it's mixed in a little bit too with the fact that I was kind of bummed that I'm not gonna be able to go to Loveland next week, because it would have been really cool to see people. But that looming tax bill that I talked about that kind of screwed me out of that, it turned out to be like even higher than I thought it was gonna be. So that was like $3,000 that I really didn't want to spend, because I could think of things I'd rather do with that money, but. Hey, you got to keep the wheels of government turning, I guess, even though they're not really turning right now. But whatever.
Sorry.
And then later in the week, I got an alert on my phone that it was like, "Oh, thanks for making this purchase with your banking rewards system. We've deducted that from your account." And I'm like, I didn't do anything with that. So that was a call to the fraud unit the next day. Like, by the way, I did not withdraw $300 from a random ATM in like Washington, which is nowhere close to my house, obviously. So that was it. It wasn't more than like a 20-minute phone call that I had to make, but still it was annoying. So I was just like, everyone fucking sucks and I hate people. Leave me the fuck alone. But the only nice thing is like the last about 3 days in Sacramento have been about the most perfect weather that I can imagine. So I've been out on the bike trail trying to clear my head that way. So just doing various kind of detox things, avoiding terrible stuff as much as possible. But it's that old expression about my desire to be well informed is clashing with my desire to remain sane. So I'm opting for a little bit of sanity.
Yeah, I right there with you on the trying to stay sane in terms of like Facebook app off my phone.
Yep.
Reddit app is still on my phone, but I don't post on Reddit. Like I scroll, so that hasn't been too bad. Twitter account was deleted right after the election.
What the hell is a Twitter?
Anyway, so yeah, I right there with you on and Facebook. While I haven't deactivated my account, I think I've gone on to Facebook twice in the last like 5 months, and they were both laser tag related.
Yeah, that's like literally the only thing is just to see if there's anything that had been posted in tournaments. But I'm still on Messenger, obviously, and I talk to all the people who make relevant announcements on laserforce tournaments, so I didn't feel the need to like update it there. I had been thinking for a little while, honestly, if we could, we have the Resupply Discord, obviously, but maybe making like a laserforce tournament specific Discord and just trying to like merge all of our stuff over there. Because it used to be that Facebook was a central hub where everybody was and everybody was checking it every day, but that doesn't really seem to be the case anymore. Like most everybody has a Facebook, but everybody fucking hates using Facebook now. Like, and people are just like, yeah, cool. I'm going to go on the boomer app, fucking Facebook.
Dude,
and check my stuff that way.
Most of the new, like the younger people that have come to play lasers with us, we're like, oh, do you want to join our Facebook group. They're like, we don't have Facebook. We're like,
Yeah.
how do you talk to each other then? I don't
Yeah.
understand.
So I don't
Yeah.
even use
Yeah.
Discord as much as a lot of people do, but I'm like, if we could just maybe merge things over there, I feel like maybe things would be better. But I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
what we don't.
I've
Sorry, you go.
fuck. I've definitely had like some moments of, oh, maybe it's worth, you know, re-registering, you know, like laserforce tournaments as a URL, you know, building a website and having a Discord off of it, and just having the website there for, you know, like stats purposes and event tracking, and the Discord for communication. Because I know, Steve, you had mentioned a few weeks ago about, you know, the newer people that you guys have, like Facebook is not a thing, and, you know, the more we can get the fuck away from Facebook, it's probably a really good idea. So
It's just
anyway,
like, it's so like for us oldies, it's so easy for us to just like ingratiate all of laserforce metrics, ingratiate all of that stuff with like our everyday use of that site. But like I've just done the same thing. I removed the app from my phone this week because I'm just like, I've snapped myself like scrolling, and then I'm like, this makes me feel shit every time I go on here. It makes me angry, and that's obviously by design. Like, it's supposed to be that way, which sucks.
Yeah. It was run by the fucking Benny Gesserit, and they're monitoring your thoughts and changing your opinions.
Hey, I understood that reference. But like finding an alternative would be great. Discord seems to be, for me, the only thing I could kind of think to be that. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't use Reddit, so I don't really know how that works.
Reddit, I don't think would be a good location for us to be with that. Discord seems a little more.
What's like relevant, right? Like everything.
Yeah. Discord's easy to create communities, and it's like it hasn't been enshittified yet. I'm not ruling out that it's gonna be enshittified at some point, but it's like, maybe for now. We started with LF boards, then it went to Facebook. Maybe the Facebook era is over and we need to do Discord, and then the Discord era will end at some point.
Maybe.
Anyhow.
But I like, so just given the amount of stuff that like actually gets discussed on the tournament's page, like, I mean, we don't have a lot of discussions on there anyway. It's only like Nats, I guess, when stuff pops up,
kicks off
like that. And that's maybe a couple months out of the year. And then maybe one of the US regional tournaments, or one or two a year, I guess. But I don't know. You know, there's no like events calendar kind of thing built into Discord. I don't know. We need someone who's good at Discord to maybe do it. Somebody who's good at Discord, do it. And
that's why I was throwing that out there, because if I had wanted to volunteer for that, I would have volunteered for that, but I'm probably not the person to ask.
Yeah, we didn't set our one up. Like, I don't know how to make it good. Stairs at Cocker. Well, so yeah, I guess so. But like, even so, we set one up for discussing like, oh my god,
he's fading.
Well, I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Comics, that's all you. Let's get on that, my dude. It's Gabe. That's Gabe. Hey man, what's up? Apologies. I don't know if you know this. A little bit hungover. Fuck, I don't even remember where I was going with that. That sucks. Anyway, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah, the point is, young people don't use Facebook, so if we're going to try to reach out to the young people, we need to find a more relevant platform.
Yeah.
And Discord would be it. So there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just to round that out, maybe we like figure out as a community what we kind of would like out of that as an ecosystem, right? Like, what are the things that we like to use Facebook for marketplace?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's like what my sister-in-law does too. So that's again, that's what all the old people are using Facebook for now, is to get rid of all the junk and stuff that's just remaining in our houses.
that and
I
to
mean,
complain about relatives.
that's what I used it for after I moved. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. Maybe we put that to the evil shadow council to figure out what they kind of want, what agenda they want to set for Discord. But I guess it's making everyone kind of make the switch. That's the hard part, right?
I actually don't think it'll be that hard. Like,
not so much to move away from Facebook, but like to use anything else. Like, yeah.
It's probably just going to end up as a sticky on the laserforce tournaments post. It's just like, hey, from now on, go to this Discord, or join this Discord. We'll put you in all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
because it's not like it's being done anywhere else. People either hear about it, they either see it on LF tournaments, or they just hear it by whatever you call word of mouth, with people typing to each other. Word of text. There we go.
Hit. I remember what I was going to say, and now I forgot again. Oh no. Build us a Discord worthy of the Resupply. Not the Resupply. This is laser force tournaments.
Yeah.
And I think that there was a thought kind of in the initial with our Discord that maybe that was going to become more of a central clearinghouse for lasers as well. And then
we're not really everyone's cup of tea, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be like we're somehow the representatives of the whole tag community. So yeah, I don't think it would necessarily be like, it's cool if everybody wants to come hang out. Like we want that, but like it's not appropriate, I feel like, for it to be the hub for like laser force tournaments.
We're not the gatekeepers. We're not the bosses.
Exactly.
Like exactly. We're a very loud but small part of this community. So
we barely even play laser tag.
I could barely even play laser tag. I only use laser tag as a vehicle for finding sweet parties to crash and get drunk at, and also to sell people merch. You're right. Those are the two things.
Mm-hmm.
So Gabe says he's heading home and is going to tackle it as we speak. Gabe, if you are doing that, it is probably worth sending a whisper to call me too as well, because she's also very skilled with that stuff. So between the two of you, I feel like you could build a Discord worthy of laser force tournaments.
Careful, your New Zealand accent is showing.
There are
anytime
worse
you
things.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, anytime you remove your hard R, that's when the New Zealand accent pops out.
I mean,
phrasing.
Gotta watch those hard R's, let me tell you.
Yeah, that was.
Somebody please clip that. Oh, out of context, that's getting you fired.
Please no, I need my job.
No, Thad, you'll be all right, DK. You're definitely getting fired.
Yeah, great timing when I'm up for a new job.
Yeah. All
right, let's just nuke this show. Let's just nuke this show. Kill it now.
I'm gonna throw up. All right. Yeah. I think. We've been talking about it for a little while. It's probably
worth doing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is what they call in the business professional world. This was a pre-planning meeting. So, the most nonsense. For whatever reason, just that's a nonsensical term to me. I'm just like, it can't be pre-planning. If you're talking about it, you're already planning. Anyway.
No, we're talking about planning it.
Dan, you tell your story. I'm sure you have something.
Oh yeah,
fun because you've been
about cool stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about interesting stuff.
Yeah, so I was in Denver the last, basically yesterday and this morning, but not for laser tag, for the first time ever, actually. Second time. No, first time ever. It's literally the first time ever I have made a specific trip where I have landed at Denver Airport and not continued on. and was not there for lasers, which felt very, very weird. So Disturbed is touring for the 25th anniversary of their debut album, The Sickness, which first off, let me fucking tell you how, I mean, I always feel old. I mean, it's in my fucking name at this point. But let me tell you how fucking old that made me feel. Like, oh, that album is 25 fucking years old? And it's like, oh yeah, that album is 25 fucking years old. Okay, cool. Fuck. And while that tour was going to be coming to Portland, it's getting here in like May. The openers in Portland fucking suck. Like, the lineup for last night's show in Denver was obviously Disturbed headlining, and the openers were Seven Dust and 3 Days Grace.
Cool.
Fucking sweet.
One of your favorite bands ever.
Seven Dust is literally my favorite live band ever, and they are definitely a top 5 favorite band ever for music. But live, they are my favorite band ever. 3 Days Grace, historically, I can take or leave, but you know, I was a angsty 20-something in the early 2000s, so
yeah, this is really appealing to like the Gen X Xennial set right now.
oh yeah, like it was like, so yeah, I listened to more of their music than I care to admit at that time, because yeah, I was writing the fucking demo for it. And then Disturbed is Disturbed. It's fun. The openers here in Portland were gonna be Daughtry and some band I'd never fucking heard of.
Oh, I don't like Daughtry, yeah.
So, like, and I've seen Daughtry a total of once because he happened to be on a bill for a band that I wanted to see, and Daughtry was fine, but I wouldn't go out of my way to see him again. Like, eh? And
Is
then
he the guy that was on one of the Idol shows?
Yes.
And he basically went on there. He was like, I don't actually want to win this. I just wanted to promo my band. Something like that.
Something like that. Which, you know what? Honestly, fair play to him. And like I said, he's fine. He's had a pretty successful career. Cool. Respect the hell out of the fact that he's managed to have a career. So there's just a little bit of jealousy there because, you know, he's managed to be a successful musician. Cool. And then the other band opening in Portland, I don't even fucking know who they are. Like, the name rang no bells. And so it was like, well,
Locals maybe
I didn't bother researching it. Like, yeah. It was literally a case of, I don't recognize the band name for this tour. This seems stupid. So when tickets went on sale, I was like, well, I will just buy a ticket for the Denver show, and I will figure out later if I can actually go. And if I can't, then I'll sell the ticket, but at least I'll have the ticket and I can make it work. And through a variety of rewards points on various credit cards, I was able to do the trip very cheaply. It was like the airfare was basically mostly covered. The hotel was completely covered. The car was covered except for the taxes. Like, it's like, okay, we're gonna do this. It's fine.
Now I know who stole my credit card points.
Totally me. Sorry about that. I needed to get to a show. My bad. So, and you know, the plane tickets ended up being a little bit more because I, you know, reserved them as cattle class and then upgraded them to cattle class plus, because having a little bit of extra room for the surgically reconstructed knee is nice to be able to stretch out. It's just one of those things. I'm old. I like a little bit of extra space in the seat now. I can't deal with cattle class seats anymore. I just can't do it. I mean, I could, but I don't want to, and I don't have to, so I don't. What?
Sorry. What I said was...
What you said was... I'm a pretentious asshole. That's fine. That's probably accurate.
I think it was more along the lines of what you just said.
That's also accurate. I'm definitely old. So anyway, get to yesterday, and it's like, okay, fine, cool. We're flying out. So obviously I'm back. So the big news is didn't crash, which is,
Plane
unfortunately
didn't even roll over. Not
didn't
even
even
once.
roll over.
Dude,
It
did you
was
see that
great.
footage? So fucking crazy.
Yeah, that footage was pretty ridiculous. And like I said, it was literally like I was actually for the first time in a very, very, very long time actually a little nervous to fly because of all that. But be that as it may.
Fair.
I had that as a recurring nightmare. Like often dream about being in plane crashes. I'm pretty sure that's how I go. Yeah.
Final destination, Steve.
Yeah.
Noted. But so anyway, the flight out yesterday, honestly, like the flights both there and back on time, early. Like both of them landed early, perfectly.
Such an old dude thing to say.
I'm old. I like it when my flights are.
Oh yeah,
early
the
on
flight
time.
was great. It wasn't bumpy at all. Landing could have been smoother.
You enjoy a nice piece of fish?
No, because I don't do that on Economy Plus anymore.
No, I had the vegetarian. I don't really trust the meat in the skies.
I'll give you some meat in the skies.
Boom, got him.
So,
How was the
Get
weather?
there.
Was it a balmy something? Tell me it was a balmy something.
the really asinine thing about this is the weather was fucking perfect all day.
Technically, Tucker already brought it up first. When I said the weather was nice in Sacramento, Tucker was like, "Oh yeah, it's great in Colorado too." So
Yeah,
technically, this is a callback. So you're the one who's out of the zeitgeist, Steve.
Shit. You showed me.
So okay, you get there.
Yeah.
What
so-
movie did you watch on the in-flight entertainment?
Anyway, so I get to the rental car place, and I've reserved just a basic sedan because I'm just gonna be there for a day. I just need to get from the airport to the hotel and back again. It's fine. And I'm expecting your standard Toyota something, Kia something, Hyundai something, your basic sedan, because that's what I fucking reserved. On point. So it was $16 in taxes that I had to pay.
But
Go to collect the car, and the guy's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you have a sedan. Okay, they're in that row. Yeah, just go take that black sedan that's down there. That's fine." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." Can't tell really anything from distance. And I walk and I get closer. I'm like, "Okay, this is a nice looking car. Cool." And I get really close and kind of walk to as I'm walking around the front of it and realize they've given me a fucking Mercedes-Benz.
Ooh, you bougie.
I was like, wait, what? What?
Did you complain though? That's not
fuck
what you
no.
ordered?
I did not complain in the slightest. Just my brain melted slightly because this was not the class of car I had. I don't reserve that high class of car because I don't need that high class of car. I just need to get something from point A to point B.
Yeah, you're not Brew.
Man.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm definitely not.
I'm not Baden.
I'm not Baden. I don't need a nice car. I just need a car to get me from point A to point B. So okay, fine. So yeah, so Mercedes CLA 250, which I just looked up the pricing on. It's like, okay, it's a $45,000 car minimum. Okay, fine.
I wouldn't have been surprised you told me it was twice that. I don't know what things cost.
I had no idea, so I looked it up before the show because I was like, what the fuck? Now I did have a funny moment where I got in, and of course the driver's seat had been moved all the way to the front, and that's not going to work. And I couldn't work out how to move the seat back, and I literally had to I'm trying to figure it out, and one of the lot attendants is watching me struggle, and he's like, "Can I help you with something, sir?" And I'm like, first off, I got sirred, which is I'm like,
yeah, you fucking old ass man.
And I'm like, yep, this kid is half my age, so that tracks. I'm like, I feel really stupid. I can't work out how to move the seat back. He's like, oh, in that tone that says, you're so fucking dumb, whatever. He's like, yeah, the controls on the Mercedes, yeah, they're actually on the door. and I look at the door, and on the handle, like there's a thing that looks kind of like a seat with like 3 buttons to move the seat up and down. I'm like, oh, okay, well, cool.
Did he help you program the Bluetooth?
No, no.
What about the VCR?
Dude, I was gonna
Also
say
no.
that. What guys drive their car like this?
Yeah. So I start with getting a fucking Mercedes when I've reserved not a Mercedes. So that was kind of cool. And of course, as I'm driving it, I'm not going anywhere with this car. Like I'm going to the hotel and then I'm coming back. Like this is such a waste of this car, but whatever. Get to the hotel. I totally valeted the car because at that point, why am I not going to valet the car? I mean, it's
a Hollywood dick.
It's the right car for it. So I go in to get checked in, and again the hotel was reserved on points. Like this is a 0 cost to me thing. And get checked in, and they're like, okay, yep, got you saying, oh, and we've upgraded your room to top floor mountain view. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna complain about that. Tangents on the point. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Points. It was money I'd already spent. Goddamn. Fuck
How
off.
many hookers had they procured for you for the evening?
Probably not the right hotel for that.
So we have a plate of mini hot dogs for you waiting.
So get up to my room and realize, oh, yep, no, this is a pretty decent view, and then realize that I can see the venue that I'm seeing the show at literally from my room.
Sweet, didn't even have to go. Sick.
Get refund on my ticket.
Yeah.
Well, part of the reason that I booked the hotel that it was like, oh, it's like a 5-minute walk, but I wasn't like I couldn't work out orientation wise in the initial kind of like where it was, and then like get in my room's like, oh, there's the arena. Cool. So on top of like
ziplined.
Sure.
Hang
there are probably zip lines shorter than the distance from my hotel room to the arena. That's actually accurate. It was amusing. I will send you guys a picture of literally how close it was. It was funny.
Bro, I can't wait.
Nice.
So the car, the hotel room, and then the show itself was just fucking great.
Yeah.
Like, again, I mean, like I said, Seven Dust is like my favorite live band ever. They only got a 30-minute set to open, which was like, yeah.
It's so bizarre. Like, well, not bizarre. That's understandable, but it's crazy when a band of their caliber, like, gets restricted as an opening band.
Well, they also have to be in bed by 9 p.m. at their age, so.
And I mean, they understood the assignment. They played their 30 minutes. It was all songs from their first four albums. You know, definitely playing to the demo that was going to be at the show.
70 Dust.
So that was cool. 3 Days Grace. So normally, like I said, normally for me, Three Days Grace is one of those bands that I see because they're on other bills that I happen to be going to.
Did they do that I Hate Everything About You song? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's the only one I know, I think.
So it's actually probably a case of like if you heard some of the other ones, you'd be like, oh, that's them, because I mean, like so much of their stuff was on the radio and whatnot. You'd probably recognize more than you expect. Like that's how I am with them. Like they play sometimes like, oh, that's right, this is them.
Yeah.
Anyway, historically, they've always been a band that's just like, sure, they're on a bill, they're pretty decent live, it's fine. But they recently brought back their original lead singer and then kept the singer who had replaced him. And
what,
so
to get the bags?
No, they basically went
someone to load the truck.
No, they straight up just went from being a 4-piece to a 5-piece, and adding the extra person, all of a sudden it's like, oh, they're so much better live now.
Oh,
like,
cool.
it was so they've gone from a band that it's like whatever to like going forward, if they keep this lineup, like I would actually be like excited to see them, because now they're actually like they just sounded so much better than I've ever heard them before. And then Disturbed, I mean, actually getting to see them play The Sickness in its entirety, front to back.
Always front to back.
Always advisable. That is accurate. Definitely fewer infections that way.
Did you walk around commenting on the volume of the show?
No.
It's too loud in here.
I mean,
of course not. He's already deaf, so
I was wearing earplugs. It was
complain.
fine. I was wearing earplugs. It was fine. But yeah, no, that was, and I mean, Disturbed are consistently good live. They just are. But yeah, seeing them play the entirety of that album, front to back, was just one of those like, oh, I didn't actually know like how much I kind of needed to hear that, which was kind of a weird feeling. And then intermission, they did some of their other stuff in like the back half, like a 45-minute set after, and that was all fine and good.
Wait. They had an intermission?
So they changed their stage setup, going from playing The Sickness to playing their other songs. So the 20-minute intermission was them basically doing a stage changeover. It was actually kind of cool.
Oh, I'm not about that at all. That's okay.
And then they played till the break of 8 p.m.
No, they played, I want to say about an hour 45 total between everything. So that was a pretty good set,
including the 20-minute break, or
not? No, hour and 45 minutes worth of music.
Right. Okay, yeah. That's weird though, man. Like having a metal band essentially take a break.
Well, so I think the main reason they did it was they were changing the drum set.
Yeah, but
well no, because the kit that they had out for the Sickness portion of the set, like the kick drums basically had the Sickness album cover as the front heads.
Yeah.
And then they switched to whatever whatever different
new
logo that they were using for everything else.
Oh, yeah.
But they also were doing a bunch of pyro and everything else. So just switching stuff up. It was fine. All that as a hugely long story long. Fuck all of you. I don't care. We do the show for ourselves. Like it was probably overall one of the best shows I've seen in quite some time.
Nice.
It was like to the point of it would have been worth it even if I hadn't been able to do it as cheaply as I did. Like if I had actually paid full price for everything, I still would not have been unhappy with having gone.
When's their, like, did you say their Portland set was before the show?
No, their Portland show was in like May or something.
Yeah. Would you go again? Like, would you go to that one off the back of seeing this one?
Again, I went to this one because the openers in Portland suck so bad.
Yeah,
well, the show up an hour late.
I don't. So the
get a second dinner in.
Fuck off. The musician
and then 7.
Fuck all the way off. The musician in me hates not being there for the entire show because like that was always one of my pet peeves playing shows is like people not being there to support the entirety of the show. And I understand like sometimes it just doesn't work, but I'm very much of the mindset that if I'm not going to go for the whole thing, there better be a really, really good reason for why I'm not going for
because those other bands
for
are
the whole thing.
bullshit.
So yeah, would I go again in Portland? Honestly, the other issue is the sound at the Moda Center, which is the arena in Portland they're playing at, is fucking terrible. So, and
Yeah, it is not. It needs updating. I mean, I haven't been there in years, but
yeah,
it was
no,
not great when I was there.
It's having seen both Tool and Depeche Mode there, like it's the sound is questionable kind of no matter where you are or how you try to work it. Whereas at Ball Arena, such a great name for a facility, they like
That's what I call the toilet.
you can tell that they've done like a lot of work to help with the sound quality for shows. It was just stuff I noticed looking around the arenas, like, oh, yep, they've done X, Y, and Z to, keep certain frequencies from bouncing and keep things from bass trapping, this, that, and the other. Not interesting to probably most people. I realize
more lights go boom.
I realize that almost none of this has been interesting to most people, but that's okay.
Hey, if you had a good time, that's a good thing.
That is a
good
thing.
No, it was. So the last like 5-6 months have been questionable. There's been some consequences of my own actions that I've been dealing with, kind of outside of things and whatnot. And then, obviously work being garbage and this, that, and the other. So like there have been, just things. And I don't think I really realized like how much I needed something like this just to, go and have a really great experience.
That's how Random Draw was for me. So I get that. Sometimes you kind of need that little bit of a reset catharsis to all the other bullshit that's crowding in on you.
Yeah, and it was funny because now this part is probably going to shock people most of all. I actually talked to some of the people that were around me as well.
Oh my God. Does anyone hear a ringing?
And one of the questions I got asked was like, so obviously where have you come from for the show? I'm like, oh, I flew in from Portland for this one, and the reaction was like, wait, what? Like, yeah, the lineup here was better than when it gets to Portland, so I came here for the show instead. And
they were like, was that your Mercedes parked out the front?
No. The Mercedes was safely in the in the valet parking people.
The valets were doing donuts with it in the back parking lot. It's fine.
Very possibly.
And
very possibly.
Was in a parade.
But
shout out
these
kids.
It was a great reference, Steve-O. I got it.
Thank you. Obviously, that was mostly for you too, and two.
Appreciate it. So yeah, it was just a really.
What did you guys talk about?
The show.
Aside from what you just said, and I'm not gonna lie, I did forget that you'd already said what you talked about. But that's on me, not on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm dying.
Yeah, no, just some general chat about the show and the bands. It wasn't a lot of chat. Let's be clear, but just the fact that
just,
just the fact that I even talked to anybody is very unlike me as far as that goes.
Social butterfly, you are.
Yeah, no, Steve-O, I tried to borrow a little bit of your social butterflyness last night, and it didn't really take. So you can have it back. It's cool.
Okay, your social.
You didn't end up at an insane house party and drink an entire case of beer by yourself.
I did not. 100% did not.
Yeah, as much as Steve, you're cop and fan a bunch of shit for acting like an old person, you're not acting your age at all. You're pretending you're fucking 20 and you are not.
What's up, dudes?
Hello, fellow
How do
kids.
you do, fellow teenagers?
No, I very much understood because the flatmates are quite young, so there were some 20-something-year-old, like 20-year-olds there.
Fetuses.
Yeah, yeah. But a good portion of them were like early 30s people, so it wasn't too far off. I would have felt, but I did talk to a lot of people.
Shocking.
And yeah, the one guy I met, I was like, "Oh, do you play disc golf?" He's like, "I do." I was like, "I'm pretty sure I've seen you out on the disc golf course." So yeah, that they were all gonna go play a social night tonight at Lasers, and I was like, "Yeah, I might come actually." Like, I wasn't gonna, but maybe I will. But I was probably
not.
7 drinks in at that point, so willing to do whatever. Yeah. It was great.
It's pretty normal for you.
Yeah.
Willing to do whatever, I've heard.
Yeah.
Your
Your experience of talking to people at the Disturbed concert sprung to mind. Last year, Erica and I went to a Nate Bargatze show in Sacramento, and I noticed a lot of the audience, the clientele, was definitely leaning a bit more toward the Gen X set, and I was looking around, I was like, man, that's definitely an older demographic than I thought it would be here. And Erica just kind of turns and looks at me. She's like, I got news for you, buddy. We're squarely in that demographic. I'm like, right. There are a lot of people who definitely got sitters for their kids to come to this show.
I remember I went to Slipknot, maybe not the last time, but maybe the time before that they came out. And I went by myself and I was in the queue, and I was talking to some people who'd come up from the South Island, and super nice couple, got on really well. And then I saw them later in the mosh pit, and I'm fairly certain they were having sex in the mosh pit. I was like, that's pretty brazen. But yeah, try not to do that. Inskid the Legend is in chat. I was just saying I went to the party last night and it was cool, but I'm maybe a little bit too hungover to play Laserforce today.
See, what you need is just like that episode of Parks and Rec where you just get a whole bunch of burgers and fries to soak up the alcohol, and then you just kind of whistle on your way back into Lasers.
I'm not gonna lie, I was real tempted to get some some Dirty Macca's cheeseburgers this morning. I was like,
yeah, that happens when you got a hangover.
Plant-based be damned, I'm getting a burger. And then I was like, no, you made a commitment to health. Just eat that whole box of mini hot dogs. Yeah.
Drink a case of beer, then eat a case of mini hot dogs. For your health.
Yeah,
for your health.
Yeah. So, and obviously, yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so good.
I got back in one piece, so that was fine. Came home to 2 furry terrorists going, "Dad, why have you forsaken us?"
Oh, not me, DK.
Neither of you are furry terrorists, so hairy terrorists at sometimes, but not furry.
Steve might be one of those things, but I'll let you figure out which.
Man, we're getting cancelled today. I'm glad you have fun, dude. I like when you have fun. It means that I can take the piss and feel less bad about it.
I'm glad that you feel less bad about it, I guess.
I don't. This booze is making me mean, and I don't like
it. It's just the hangover talking.
Yeah.
It's just the hangover talking.
Yeah. Oh, bitch next door is me. I'm talking about me.
He's such a bitch.
Bitch next door. Weird old dude was out and about on my driveway again this morning, building his. Have I told you about that guy? I did.
Yeah. That's why I sent you that whole thing about that sign that I saw down south about no illegal dumping. You will be shot. I won't call the cops. There will be no warning shot.
We got to get Steve some booze for Thunderdome. I don't think I've been drunk on the show yet. I might have been slightly tipsy once, but we don't like to talk about that. do we,
Alcohol on
boys?
the show is not a good combination.
Steve, as I've seen on many a billboard around my house, buzz driving is drunk driving. So methinks that you probably were drunk.
Where?
On Thunderdome, you said, "Oh, I might have been a little tipsy, but I wasn't drunk."
Oh,
I'm like,
right.
I don't
I thought
know.
you were accusing me of drunk driving. I was like, no,
No.
I walked.
No,
It was
no.
sick.
Yeah.
I made
'Cause-
friends with some people at the Domino's.
Shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And-
they gave me a weird
Actually,
vibe.
Steve-O, I mean, I think I know the answer to this question, but is there anywhere you go where you don't make friends with people?
Probably.
Well, one time, but he accidentally went to a white nationalist rally,
Dude,
and it didn't.
I was trying to make the joke work. Stupid hangover brain wouldn't let me. Something racist. Something.
He's like, you know what? Maybe this isn't my scene. I think I'm gonna get out of here.
Oh, we just talked about Lamb of God a bunch, and then I left. No. I don't know why I chose that band. It's a good band. We were going to talk about some laserforce stuff today. But maybe
Do we
we'll.
need to?
Nah, maybe we'll do that at a time.
Maybe we'll
ago.
do it when Steve's in a better headspace.
It's really funny that we'll go like a whole hour into the show and we're probably not going to talk about laserforce today. I mean, I went to a laserforce party a party last night hosted by people from laserforce, so
That was relevant. Fan went to Denver and didn't go to Laserforce, but Laserforce was mentioned, and I talked about migrating Laserforce onto Discord. So,
man, we're good.
Frankly, I think we did some hard-hitting journalism on this show. I'm not saying we deserve a Peabody, but we kind of do.
Laserforce play is sad. Sorry, Gabe. He's like,
Well-
eventually they'll talk about something relevant.
Well, I mean, again, though, like to the point, like discussing the Laserforce tournament Discord as a thing was not a scheduled topic. We did that anyway. Like,
Yeah.
like that really was our Laserforce related discussion today. Like,
We did a whole hour that culminated in Gabe getting a homework assignment from us.
You know what? I'll talk very
The lines
briefly.
are
We did play this week. We didn't have a large number of people come to Lasers this week. People are busy and stuff. But we played some training scenarios, which was kind of fun. I'm not sure if it was like super effective. But we played, I think, like 4 versus 5 Space Marines, and we did training drills.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and had actually no, it was 3 versus 4. So I think me, Morange, and Lily Mac, we played. We had Lily Mac play heavy and had to defend. Like the 3 of us had to defend against a commander and a scout.
okay.
And it was good. It was a good way to kind of get the players communicating together, trying to like coordinate an attack, and it also put us under a bunch of pressure, which was kind of good. We were, myself and Morange were playing in the resupply, so that was a bit of fun. And we did discuss the chasing rule quite a bit because it dawned on me that we hadn't actually taught our newer players the actual ins and outs of the chasing rule. I'm sort of always a little apprehensive about trying to push rules on players too quickly. But in my like quest for not wanting to burden them, I kind of swung too far in the other direction. So, I was explaining to one of our players that the way the rule works, and she was like, "Oh my god, this makes so much sense because this whole time you guys have been telling me to be aggressive and but I didn't want to. I thought I could if I shot them, I couldn't go that way." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's on us." So it's good. We did, even with a lack of players this week, we managed to get some good stuff done, which is nice.
Trying to find the middle ground for the appropriate time to start going from the here are the high level basics that you have to know
Yeah.
into the now here's some of the detail work
Yeah.
that is critical to know once your gameplay gets past a certain point. It's a hard thing to balance out for sure. Because
Show a shoulder, don't chase people is what you tell people to start with. But yeah, if they've come back, 5-6 times, or you're observing a particular thing that happens in a game that you can use as a teachable opportunity to say, okay, so I know I said don't chase, but hey, if they only just go around a corner that's just immediately in front of you, you can take a step forward and shoot them if you have a reset, something like that. But getting people into the general idea of don't just follow people around chasing them, and if someone shoots you, run away from them because you will be safe from that person. So like teaching good fundamentals of play. But yeah, it is a tough time to know exactly when you need to get into ins and outs. But I think now is as good a time as any, especially since some of them
like
probably
a year now.
Yeah, and people are probably thinking about. I'm thinking and thinking about going to Nats. So that's probably a good thing to get down and good thing to learn.
Yeah, we the other thing as well, we're trying to I'm trying to figure out a way, because I'm not a great teacher. I can play the game and I can give my kind of insights, but I don't feel like I'm a good teacher, and there's a difference, right?
Yeah. You're a good communicator for certain things.
Yeah.
But correct. Like I would definitely not use you for explaining rules as a generalized basis. If I've got other options.
That, but good.
it kind of like I can do the things and do them well and kind of know what I'm supposed to be doing, but then I can't properly articulate what I'm doing. People ask me shit all the time. They're like, "Oh, how does this thing work?" I'm like, "Actually, I don't know. I've been playing this game, a long time. I don't know. I don't know how the answer to your question. You need to talk to someone who's detail orientated."
Because that's definitely not you and never has been. And
fuck you, man.
but that's fine. Like that's
poor people.
that's a known thing as far as like the type of player you are. And the type of leader that you are within a team.
Yeah.
So
which is why I lean on you guys pretty much. But we're
no, Steve. I seem to recall a time when I turned it to Brisbane and Steve said, "Oh, I accidentally didn't book the caravan park till tomorrow night, so we need to find a hotel for one night." I don't know if Steve remembers this.
That was a ruse. I just wanted to sleep with you in a hotel room.
And then almost have me call emergency services because you didn't drink your milk.
Hashtag laserforce ornaments. Where I was going with that was, I don't even know where I was going with that. I think I was.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. But it was good. It was cool to kind of run through. Oh, that's where I was going with it. So we're trying to coach players on wasted movements. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. And yeah, I think that'll be a good kind of topic for another time, of to kind of deep dive into some of this stuff. I'd actually love it if and I don't know if he's still doing it or did it at all, but Thunder has written obviously a full-on training manual for how to play Space Marines good. I would love to see that be turned into a full web series. 'Cause I think that would be very helpful for a lot of people. But yeah, the wasted movement thing, knowing how far you should run away so you don't get reset, but not running so far away that you're not taking advantage of your suit's downtime, or you're too slow at running in and attacking a resup and all that stuff. How can I learn to play using 5 of their instructions? Unfortunately, you're stuck with me, bro.
Although, if you did come to nationals this year, you would get to have a much wider range of people to, pick the brains of. So,
Yeah.
that's a thing.
And hey, if you go back in our catalog and look at the VODs on our YouTube page, we used to actually go over a fair amount of laserforce content once upon a time on this channel.
Yeah.
We did a whole
Now
deep
it's all
dive
Mercedes
into
Benzes and things.
we did a deep dive into different positions. There's game footage breakdowns. There's live play. There's a bunch of stuff that's in the back catalog. And hey, there's also the Loveland SM5.
Yeah,
the
playbook.
I think that's what they call. They keep changing. They keep changing their name of their channel, but the Loveland Laserforce Loveland SM5 YouTube page, they have lots of good content also. Because like Tucker raised a good point too about like other things to teach newer players about like if you shot somebody, you can't chase them, but you can run past them and put their resupply down.
Yeah.
Like that's one of those teachable moments you see in the game. Like, oh well, the heavy backtracked in there, but you could have done this.
Yeah. So
now
that's another.
That's
thing.
Again an awareness thing that it's like people shouldn't always be doing that.
Yeah.
But that is a move you sometimes
Yeah.
should make depending on the circumstance and what the field arrangement is.
So we actually discussed that this week, kind of going over the chasing stuff because we were sort of explaining, all right, this is what to look out for, and this is kind of how far you can go in and out of the reset when you're attacking them, and then new pods featuring the Working Man soon. Gave you the Working Man? Probably. But yeah, nah. Always remember to backtrack, kid. No. We talked about that very thing actually. Okay, well, if you know who has and who hasn't set a track, then you can run in and make sure that you make a point of not shooting that player, but go in and kill the resupply for sure. But yeah, it's always nice to see when people kind of take that next step up in their game and like some of the stuff
100%.
starts to click, and we got a really good group that are playing at Auckland Laser Force at the moment. I actually really enjoy all of the new players that have come in, so hopefully they stick around for a little while because it's been fun.
Hopefully some of them come to Nats in August so that, me and Dika can meet them.
Yeah. Looking at you, Insk. Worst name in the game. All
Is
right.
it though?
It's not. I like to tell him it is though, because I'm a cunt.
That's entirely accurate.
All right. Is there anything else that we should talk about before we go? We sprinkled a little bit of Laser Force content in there, right on the top. It was like a sandwich.
Just enough.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Yeah. You guys got anything else?
No, I think we should let you crawl back into your bed with some Powerade or something, and
I've got another couple in the fridge. Ice cold. I'm looking forward to those. I'm gonna go
suffer in your own
shit.
Continue to suffer in your hangover misery, and then after your couple of Powerades and your rest, you should definitely go to Lasers tonight.
Maybe. I'm full
I
of
agree.
mini hot dogs and am very uncomfortable about it.
Well, Than is old as shit, and he's still going to play soccer tonight. So I don't know what your excuse is, Steve. Come on, you're gonna make fun of somebody for being old. You better put up or shut up.
Fair. I'm fat though, so don't know why I brought that up. It just felt right. All right. For this week.
And on that note,
yeah. For this week, I've been hungover.
I've been DK.
and I've been Than.
Always remember to prepare and stock up on Powerades before you go to the party, kids. We will see you next week. Enjoy your week. We'll catch up with you soon. Ka kite anō.
all these places I wanna go. Makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I've been throwing daggers in my dreams. If they seem to hit their target, it's harder than it seems. 'Cause you don't know what I know. And you don't feel the way I feel. In all these places I wanna go. Makes me wonder if my looks could kill. I'm a well-known stranger, walking my own path. Gave up all my mysteries just to get a laugh. You keep me hanging on so tight. Sometimes I just have to wonder, do you know wrong from right? 'Cause you don't know what I know. But you don't feel the way I feel. In all these places I wanna